Good morning, everyone. I'm Jamal Savoy, and I'm the Senior Director of Sales Engineering for the channel at 8x8. And I'm joined today by Albert Herrera and Carol Zayas, who are local channel managers here in your region. And as was mentioned by my host there, we are running some really incredible spiffs right now. For a 36-month contract, you can get a 6X. And if that happens to include 25 seats or more of contact center, it goes all the way up to 7X. So incredible opportunity right now to deliver value for your customers and put a little bit of change in your pocket as well. So who has heard of 8x8 already? A show of hands. Most people? All right, great. Great. One of the things that's very unique about 8x8 is that we are built on our own platform, and we provide both unified communications as well as contact center as a service. So from a single provider, you're not looking at a bolt-on or a partnership or a licensed third-party application. We are the intellectual property holders, the patent holders, the operators of the solution from end to end, everything from a basic knowledge worker to the most advanced contact center seat. You can get it directly from 8x8. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the company, a little bit about the applications, and some of our unique differentiators that are going to help you to find the right customer fit for this solution, and be happy to take questions along the way. So, as I mentioned, 8x8 is one cloud solution, and unique proposition that we have right now is we also have a meetings component to our solution. So any of your basic unified communications users can use the meetings application with up to 50 participants. And in today's environment, with everyone concerned about meeting in person, it's a very unique value add. And we also have a free version of that. It has a few, some of the features have been removed from the free version, but that could be compelling as well as you talk to anyone in healthcare, in state and local education, anyone that typically has to meet in person. That could be a very big benefit to them to use the 8x8 meeting solution today. One of the other places you'll find 8x8 is a good fit is for global customers. We have 15 data centers worldwide, 24/7, 365 follow-the-sun support, and a global financially backed SLA for not only the reliability of the solution, but also the quality of the calls. So very unique value proposition with that as well. As far as industry recognition, we've been recognized 8 consecutive years in a row by Gartner for being leaders in the UCaaS Magic Quadrant. We're also challengers in the Contact Center Magic Quadrant. We have over 280 patents and patents pending for our technology, and the largest UCaaS deployment with Regis office systems of over 40,000 seats worldwide. So we play in lots of different spaces, lots of different verticals, but also we can scale from the very low end to the very high end as well. Some people, typically when they hear 8x8, it doesn't scream, voice, video, contact center. It screams like math or something. Maybe I used to get questions in the airports, wearing these socks. Hey, are you a math teacher? Yes, I do. I'm third grade math teacher. I do multiplication tables. No, that's not what it is. It was really based on 8x8 being a Silicon Valley pioneer in the video space and creating some technology that allowed video to be transmitted over networks like the internet. So that's where the name comes from. We're pioneers, and that video conferencing legacy is really part of our heritage. A few other things from the technology side. We've built this platform over several years. You can see some unified communications advancements there. We added in contact center early in the game, and we were one of the first providers to have a unified solution with contact center and UC in the same platform. We have had several acquisitions along the way. And when you start to talk to customers about contact center technology, one of the things that's very unique and demos very well for us is speech analytics. So as you deal with contact centers who are trying to manage their employee base, trying to manage their agents, trying to reduce agent attrition, speech analytics and quality management can be very key to helping them retain good employees, manage the customer experience, and deliver a really solid solution across multiple channels with contact center. In terms of collaboration, that covers not only video that I talked about a little bit earlier, but also what some people may refer to as workstream collaboration. So if you think about Teams or Slack or Google Hangouts or Chatter in Salesforce, we have a number of collaboration tools that allow people to communicate even if they're not talking on the phone. So it could be uploading a document, could be sharing an idea with a teammate, could be collaborating on a project with a vendor. Those sorts of collaboration tools can be very key to many UCaaS opportunities. And then, last but not least, analytics and integration. Analytics is really where companies are buying into UCaaS today because they want to get the insights from all those different communications that are happening in their business. They don't want to just run a report. They want the system to offer up some value add, some graphs, some charts, some way to identify who's communicating with whom or what time of day is my business getting calls. So we have some unique analytics in that space and also some integrations with key things like Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, Zoom, I'm sorry, not Zoom, Zendesk, and things like that. Wow, Zoom on the brain. But analytics and integration are very key to many UCaaS opportunities today, whether you're talking about retail, manufacturing, healthcare, lots of verticals where that can play very well. So how do we package and promote the solution? It's primarily through what we call X series. So it includes your voice and team messaging, meetings for everyone, omni-channel contact center, and it's priced and packaged in a way that provides a lot of value at a minimal cost and allows you to right-size that solution for your customer. So if you need 10 contact center seats and 100 UCaaS seats, everyone doesn't have to pay for that most expensive seat. You can mix and match those profiles and deliver a high-value solution for that customer that's tailored to their workforce. So with that being said, if you look at a typical business, it could be a small business, a growing mid-market business, or an enterprise, you're going to have folks that may have a reception role. They may have a customer support role. They may have a sales role. And all of those capabilities, again, can be distributed throughout the environment with that mix and match capability. So the other thing that allows you to do is from a single platform, if you have contact center folks and they need to speak to someone else in the business to resolve a customer problem, again, they're on the same platform. They're not siloed off or cordoned off in a little corner where they have to ask a customer to call them back or put someone on hold. They can directly message or conference in anyone in the business from their contact center agent desktop. So here are the sort of the breakdown of the basic plans within the portfolio. One of the things you notice on that X2 for that general user, that's unlimited calling to 14 different countries. That's included. There's no additional charge to call those countries. It includes that team messaging that I talked about. Includes the integrations, provides a single sign-on capability. In addition to the concerns today about various in-person meetings, viruses, things like that, the next concern I hear most about is security. And by 8x8 having a single sign-on capability, if you want to integrate with your Active Directory or some other identity management protocol, you want multi-factor authentication for your communications to make sure that no one is accessing that when they shouldn't be, that single sign-on capability can be very, very valuable to security-conscious organizations. Moving up the stack a little bit to X4, we've got unlimited calling to 47 countries. So if you have customers that have heavy international, that could be a significant cost savings because it includes unlimited calling to those 47 countries. And that's not really the end of our international story. We can provide international access in about 124 countries right now. And even in some hard-to-reach places, we can provide what's called a local PSTN gateway. So as you look at customers that are either expanding into other territories or they have a significant portion of their business that operates in another country, it's most likely that 8x8 can service them with one of two different ways.
Can you assign international DIDs as well?
Definitely, yeah. In about 124 countries, we have international DIDs, international toll-frees, and very, very aggressive rates to international calling where we don't have it in the plan.
Okay.
Yeah. Another piece in that X4 tier where you'll find is our supervisor analytics. So again, if you from an IT perspective, if you have someone that wants to monitor the call quality, if they want to monitor devices on or offline, if they want to get more higher level reports or things like ACD dashboards and things like that on the UCaaS side, that's where that X4 license comes in. Yep.
It's funny, I actually had a question about this yesterday. Is there a way to actually monitor a chat, like going into other people's messages and things like that, if you're a supervisor or an admin for whatever reason? Mm-hmm. Same way if you would do if you wanted to do call quality testing, can you also do chat quality? Maybe you want to check on a couple of employees, see what they're talking about, so
yeah.
Say anything kind of.
It's a capability.
How you can do it if you're an administrator over the Slack or Teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a capability in our contact center solution. It's not a capability in our UCaaS solution. So, from a supervisor perspective, if I want to monitor the chats my agents are hosting while they're talking to my customers, my consumers, the supervisor does have access to that.
Only in the contact, okay.
Only in the contact center, yeah. We haven't rolled out any administrator tools for observing individual employee chats. Yeah. Any other questions?
I
Yeah.
just had a question regarding, like, do you guys have like any kind of like specialized call center, setups to where like if you have like a customer support call center and then you have those type of things as like calls coming in?
Sure. Yeah, so and it's a good segue over to X6, right? So we got X2 and X4 that are primarily centered around UCaaS users. At X6, you get into the contact center role. So if it's a customer service contact center, there are lots of tools in there, everything from granular analytics, graphical call displays, post-call surveys, and dashboards that are uniquely identified for customer service. So, you know, if I'm a supervisor over 20 or 30 customer service agents, I can observe them real time. I can even leverage speech analytics to monitor their desktops real time. So there's lots of different tools there for customer service centers. Yep. One of the other things that's key at the X6 level is the screen pop for context. So if you think about someone that's operating a sales call center or a customer service call center, when those calls come in, that agent needs to see what's happening with that customer record. And the the screen pop for context allows them to get real-time details on, you know, what's the last thing that customer bought, how many times have they called in, what's the last agent they spoke to, right? Because no one is calling to a contact center wants to be asked the same 20 questions over and over again, and that can be significant to providing a much better customer experience in that case. Yeah.
In the contact center situation, the agent transfer the call. Do you see the analytics of where they transfer the call to?
Definitely, yeah. We have see the granular search analytics there. It's something that demos very well as well to your customers. But we have step-by-step bubbles that show exactly what that customer's experience was, which agent handled the call, which agent they transferred it to, whether or not they were put on hold or if the agent put themselves on mute. So you have some pretty granular analytics on that to help supervisors to manage that customer experience. Yeah.
You can do like a warm transfer if they need to.
Oh yeah, yeah. It could be a warm transfer. It could be a three-way call.
And have to explain your story
Yeah.
to somebody else.
That's when you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. We've even had some contact centers that go so far as to create direct routing scenarios. So if they have customers that are their premier customers and they develop a relationship or some kind of synergy with that person, they can be routed back to the same agent on a consistent basis. So some fairly unique technology in there that allows companies to really manage how they want to deliver that experience to their customers.
So you can create VIP lists.
Yep. Create VIP lists, manage all sorts of things that deliver that call to the right agent at the right time. Skills-based routing, affinity for different types of services or support, different queues for different priorities, all sorts of things like that.
So that agent doesn't have to give out their direct number. When the call comes in through the 800 number, you're smart enough to say, this is a priority call, it's going to only go to this agent?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, there are lots of different call center scenarios. You know, some of them want to be high touch, some of them are high volume. So we can flex to either side. Yeah. And then at the top level, again, one other thing I point out, if you notice at X6 it's at X4 Plus. So you don't have to sell the customer a UC seat and a CC seat. The contact center seat includes all the UCaaS functionality. So it's built on top of each layer so that you get the full value of each seat and you're not paying extra for things you don't need. At the top of the chart there, the X8, that's our omni-channel contact center seat. If you think about things like social media, Twitter and Facebook direct messaging, SMS, email, web chat, all those different features and functions that customers want to be able to reach that business on their channel of choice, right? They may want to start on a digital engagement and then speak to someone live later down the road. We can handle all those channels with the X8 seat in 8x8 Contact Center, as well as providing that speech analytics and quality management layer that gives them a better visibility into what's actually happening in the contact center. So, any other questions as we go through that?
Integration with the CRMs, are you limited to a set few, or do you have API?
We do have APIs, so out of the box we have Salesforce integration, Microsoft Dynamics, Zendesk, and NetSuite are built out of the box. We recently added a few, things like Freshdesk, ServiceNow, a few of the up-and-coming sort of service management applications are being added into our portfolio, but we also have the full suite of APIs. Some customers have built their own homegrown knowledge base or CRM type system, and they can either import that into the native CRM in 8x8, or we can link to it with APIs.
Integration question. Has a new experience finally integrated back in with Outlook? Is that still out because you guys might have went to the Dynamics instead?
So we have some integrations.
I'm still using the legacy from one of them.
Oh, yeah?
Just in case, because I had the Outlook kind of contact link to it a little bit.
Yeah. Are you in Office 365 now?
Yeah, we've been in since the start. And
Okay.
I've been a customer for a while.
Okay.
It's just that I personally haven't moved over to the new one because of that. And I was
Yeah.
I don't know if that actually got fixed yet, if you guys built the integrated back into the new
Yeah.
experiences. My other techs are on the new experience, but they don't use the integration.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just, whatever's here is hopefully the contacts match.
There is, on the new desktop, the 8x8 Virtual Office desktop, there is an import tool for Outlook.
Okay.
So you may be able to get those contacts in the new experience now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah, we continue to, Microsoft is important. I mean, obviously they're out there, they're marketing, they're talking about Teams. You see Teams on Super Bowl commercials now and things like that. And we have a very aggressive strategy with Microsoft Teams. We have a connector right now that's sort of a beta connector, and then later this year we'll be coming out with Teams Direct Routing as well.
Oh, 'cause
So
I didn't see that in the list. So is it like something you have to get from a third party, or is it I can go right in Teams and find a connector and it should say?
you won't find it in Teams yet, but when we launch in July, you'll be able to find it there, and we can get you some information on that as well from our website.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So again, as you run into different customers, if they've got Teams on the brain, definitely come talk to us. We want to help them because Teams is great on the collaboration side. They're on the voice side, and their SLAs are nowhere near ours. So we're wanting to provide customers with the best voice technology. If they want to use Teams as the front end, we're happy to do that. All right, so I don't know how much time I have left, but I did want to spend a little bit of time on differentiators for 8x8. So as you can see, we have the telephony, collaboration, conferencing, and contact center technology, and it's all owned by us. It's integrated in a common data layer, common analytics layer, common platform security and compliance layer. So those things that customers care about, 8x8 owns those elements. When you look at our competition, they do mix match between competitor A and competitor B. They may have a contact center solution, but they have to go find a UCaaS provider. They may have a video collaboration solution. They have to go find a contact center. Again, with 8x8, you get a common layer, and we own the technology that empowers businesses to communicate. As you look at unified communications or UCaaS differentiators, I'll just start here. The less than 30-second failover between POPs, we have a very reliable, tried and true, trusted solution that's global in nature, right? So we couldn't get a 40,000-seat global customer if we didn't have a reliable cloud solution that could provide the uptime that they're looking for. Is that my time? Oh, okay. I'll go quicker. For contact center, you can see that we have the platform, agent productivity, but really focus on these innovative analytics. As contact centers get more and more sophisticated, they want better tools. They want things like intelligent IVR solutions that can do data dips, that can have some level of artificial intelligence, maybe speak on behalf of the agent at some point, or even deflect calls away from the contact center because the IVR has been programmed with that artificial intelligence layer. So as customers get more sophisticated, our solution grows with them. And since I'm out of time, I'll just say, grow your share of this huge market. It's at least a $50 billion addressable market when you look at UCaaS, meetings, and contact center. And again, 8x8 can be a provider in all those spaces. And I'll stop there. So any questions before they give me the hook? Thanks, everyone. Enjoy your lunch.